It is officially Drake May time in New England. Drake May officially starting for the Patriots. Let's go. Welcome to the Patriots Real Time Podcast. I'm your host, Theo Dees, now joined alongside Austin Ray. Today we got a fun one. We're talking about Drake May. We're talking about Drake May starting Week 6 against the Texans. Austin, but before we get into that, Austin, how you doing today?
Doing good, doing good. We got a couple tests, so gotta lock in.
Yeah, we got to lock in. I have some tests too tomorrow, so we're doing an emergency pod. It's going to be pretty quick. But we're going to dive pretty deep into our thoughts here about Drake May starting. When you got the notification from Ian Rappaport or ESPN or whatever today when you texted me, is this real? How are you? What was going through your mind?
I did not believe it. I was waiting outside of our school for the bus to a soccer game. I did not believe it was true, so I texted you, "Is this really happening?" And then I don't know. I was so excited. I texted my dad immediately.
Yeah, I was really excited too. Yeah, it was super exciting. Um, yeah, I was on my phone. I was posting about it. I was supposed to be doing some homework. I did get it done, but I was distracted for a minute there um, about the Drake May news. But yeah, it's really exciting. We do not have to watch Jacoby Brissett anymore. I'm super excited for that. Watching Jacoby Brissett was one of the worst experiences of my life. Um, if we're being honest, no. But yeah, it was not entertaining to watch Jacoby Brissett. I'm rocking the full Drake May fit. We got the Drake May jersey on. We got something that looks like the Drake May draft hat, but it's not. It's a Crucial Catch hat from 2019, but looks like the Drake May draft hat. But yeah, this hat is so tight on me. But yeah, anyways, I got some notes here, just a little bit. I don't know if you have any notes today, but
No.
doesn't really matter. Um, but yeah, so a few things I'd say is this was a good time to start him. The offensive line is starting to be a little bit more stable. Um, Vidarian Lowe, 0 pressures last game. I don't know if you saw the stat there, but does that surprise you that he had 0 pressures allowed?
Yeah, it does. Just after seeing how his offensive line has played together as a whole, just having one guy with zero pressure is just it's amazing.
It is, yeah. Vidarian Lowe, looks like the short-term answer at left tackle. He's the only guy on the roster that's actually a left tackle, truly, which is kind of crazy to say. But yeah, him back at left tackle was good. Um, but yeah, I was pretty excited from that. The one thing, Nick Leverett, the starting center, not a good day. He allowed 10 pressures, and for instance, a good day or an average day that's really bad is about 4 pressures. He had 10, and I believe that's the most since 2006. It's pretty bad. So, you have the two vice verses there, 0 and 10. What are your thoughts now on starting center, Nick Leverett, allowing 10 pressures?
So you said it's like you don't see this. This is not like something like, oh, his offensive line is so bad, this happens every game. You just don't see this. And having just even though someone's letting up zero, someone else letting up 10 off puts that. So it's just like it's sort of demoralizing knowing that some people are producing, some people aren't.
Yeah, you can hear my dog barking in the background there, but yeah, it's pretty bad. You got the center position isn't great, but I still think it was a good time to start Drake May. Um, but yeah, the offensive line looks a little stable right now. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't the reason they lost. It was really on Jacoby Brissett. He missed a wide open Jalen Polk in the back of the end zone. He threw it a little bit too high. More on him there, and that's a touchdown easily because he was wide open. I have a video of it on my phone. But yeah, the offensive line from left to right: Vidarian Lowe, Michael Jordan, Nick Leverett, Mike Onwenu, and Trey Jacobs. One name that's not in there, City So. Does that surprise you that he did not play at all last week?
Yeah. We've said it. We sort of expected him to be sort of a pretty big presence in this offensive line coming to the beginning of the season. Him not playing, I don't know. There's something going on. I don't know. Well, it surprised me.
Yeah, Michael Jordan, he had a good week again. So I think Michael Jordan just beat him out. It was like in camp, people were talking about, is it going to be um, Layden Robinson versus City So? Michael Jordan ended up taking the left guard spot from both of them, which is kind of crazy. Mike Onwenu back at guard, I talked about that last time, but that's pretty cool. So Drake May, stability on the offensive line is perfect. That's what they needed to start Drake May. But yeah, I mean, that's really good. I have a few other things, but number one thing that we have to be concerned about this week is that the Patriots are rocking the red throwbacks. That's Drake May's first start. Austin, are you so excited to see Drake May in the red uniforms at the game in his first start?
You don't even understand. I am so hyped. Red uniforms, never seen those. Drake May, no one's seen that. I'm so
Yep.
excited.
So, what are the chances on a scale of 1 through 10? 10 is 100%, 1 is 0 that you cop a Drake May red jersey at Gillette Stadium.
If it was up to me, 100%, it's up to my dad, so I'm gonna go with a solid 2%. I want it.
Yeah.
I want it 10. My dad, he'll.
Hey, I mean, you have to do some convincing there. Maybe a PowerPoint.
It's worth a try. It's worth a try.
Yeah, but the real biggest thing that we are talking about is Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter. They tortured Josh Allen last week. That was really bad. So some people were saying, I want Drake May to start. Just this week is a little bit bad. What are your thoughts on going against a great pass rush in Will Anderson, Danielle Hunter, and the Texans?
I feel like it's gonna throw. I feel like they're gonna go. They're going into the game knowing how good this pass rush is. So I feel like it's not gonna catch them off guard. But I do think that it's going to throw Drake May off. So I don't know if we're going to see like the true Drake May on Sunday, but I think going in knowing this, I think he'll be able to maneuver out of the pocket, and I think he'll surprise us.
Yeah, I'm really excited to watch him. So this is good news for the Patriots, though. Gerard Mayo did have a meeting yesterday with Jacoby Brissett and Drake May, and told them the situation. So it didn't come as a shock to Kendrick Bourne or whoever, just the random guys. How big do you think that is, that this news by Ian Rappaport wasn't the first time that 53 guys heard this news?
I think it is. I think it's really good because you always hear stories like, oh, I heard about it, I got a call from my agent. No, but like this is really good because we get the team knows, they know, and they're not caught off guard like you said. I think, like we said yesterday, the team's might be going through some stuff. I feel like this will help maybe ship some changes.
Yeah, apparently Drake May's a big leader in the locker room, which is good. This is our last segment. I apologize, this is going to be a very short podcast, but we do have to wrap this one up pretty quickly. But I decided to get the stats from Drake May's last full game because we really haven't seen Drake May play a full game with the Patriots. This will be the first time, barring any injury. So I have the stats right here from his last game. He was 22 for 38, so not great. 254 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But the big thing, he had 106 rushing yards and a touchdown. So, the Drake May experience, we could see something like that with this pass rush, and they lost to North Carolina State. I don't know if they're a good football program. I'm not a college football guy. Austin, I feel like he's more of a college football guy, but yeah, just the stat line surprise you at all?
No. Well, the 2 interceptions a little bit, but I feel like that we drafted him expecting that, and I'm hoping that that'll happen tomorrow. Minus interceptions, of course.
Yeah, Drake May, 9 interceptions last year on the year. I have his season stats pulled up. The most he threw in a game was 2, and he did it 3 times. So that's not great. But he had 24 touchdowns. He had 2 4-touchdown games, so that's pretty good. And one of those, so he had each time he threw for 4 touchdowns, he didn't have a rushing touchdown. He did have two rushing touchdown games. And he ran for 400, so basically 500 yards 450 yards last year. So, yeah, Drake May, it's going to be a fun experience. If you haven't looked at the stats, they're pretty impressive. But if you want to get excited, I'd look at the 2022 stats. I don't have them pulled up right now, but he was so good in 2022. I think he potentially was a Heisman candidate. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, we're at 9 minutes and 19 seconds into this podcast, and that'll pretty much do it for the Patriots Real Time Podcast. Drake May, unless
Real
Austin
quick.
Yeah.
Quick. How do you feel about the Jets firing Robert Saleh?
I could care less if I'm being honest. I just think the Jets are a poverty franchise. Aaron Rodgers is a terrible player, and care less. Jets, they're always going to jet. They're not going to win the Super Bowl this year because it was a little unexpected, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, what do you think about that?
Exactly what you said. They're never going to be that team that anyone's like, whoa. I feel like sort of sort of caught me off guard, but like, just not that team.
Yeah, even this year when everyone's thinking that they're going to be so good, they got the best defense in the league, and then they trade for Hassan Reddick, and then he opts out of playing or whatever. He's holding out. Then Aaron Rodgers is back, and he looks terrible, and he has problems with coach. But that is the Jets, not the Patriots. So, yeah. So we got some announcements. We already kind of announced this, but Alex Barth going to be on the show tomorrow, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Pretty excited for that one. Hopefully it goes well. We're grading all the positions, so just so you know. I haven't started on my prep yet. I don't know if
I
you
did
have
not
either.
do some of that.
Okay, good. And then, you know what's kind of crazy? So last time we had Mike Cadlick on, he went on Carlos Los Talks Pat's podcast after us. And Alex Barth is going on that same podcast after us. That's so crazy. They schedule the same guests as us on the same nights. That's actually
Yes.
crazy.
They're trying to be us.
They're trying to be us. Yeah, we obviously did it first, but we didn't announce it yet. But hopefully we'll announce that if I'm not too lazy. I probably will be. So, yeah, tomorrow we'll see you. You want to follow this podcast, Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube, Patriots Real Time, me, Patriots 3, Austin Ray, and we'll see you tomorrow with Alex Barth.